Alright, I am here on the northwest side of Tallahassee. I'm gonna find the Butler graves. Haven't been here in a while, and I've only been here once, so it might take me a while to find them. But this is basically in the woods next to a townhome subdivision. This used to be the plantation estate of Colonel Robert Butler, who was a pretty big deal back then. He had all sorts of titles. I think he was governor for like 2 days of the Florida Territory, or before the Florida Territory was established. And there it is. And there are several graves recorded here. And but however, in the 1970s book, fucking spiders, 1970s book, Cemeteries of Leon County by Joy Paisley Smith, so you can see it right there. It's only mentioned as a single grave site, and it states that the rest of the graves were either accidentally or intentionally buried or destroyed, and that is just a single grave site. However, there are currently 2 graves here, meaning that one of them was discovered or rediscovered within the time that, between the time that that book was published and right now, or since it was discovered. I mean. But that would be, so Robert Butler's grave is right there. Got all sorts of fun stuff about him. Pretty big slab of granite, especially for the 1850s. I guess not really. I mean, there's much bigger slabs, but still wouldn't be fun to move that thing around. This is a lot more cleared out than it was last time I was here. Somebody has clearly worked on this. It freaks me out not knowing where the other graves are. I believe there's 5 total people buried here, but only 2 markers. There's Robert Butler, and then this is the grave of his son-in-law. Can't remember his name. James Henry Hawkins. So that would be his son-in-law. He married Colonel Butler's daughter. But I think there's 5 total people buried here, and I don't know where the other graves are. It freaks me out because I don't know if I'm stepping on them, but I imagine they're somewhere in this clearing. There's this marker here, which I find interesting. I don't know if that's there to mark a possible other grave or what. This is a really cool cemetery. I'm very interested in the other graves, but on Find a Grave they are listed. There's just no pictures, obviously, because we don't know where the stones are, but, or if they're even here. But I think the fact that in the Paisley book from the 70s, that she very confidently states that the other stones have been destroyed or moved, yet this one was clearly not destroyed or moved. And so that makes me think that although it was believed that they were lost, the other graves were lost, I do think it is possible that maybe they are just yet to be uncovered, like that of Mr. Hawkins here. But this is the back of Mr. Butler's grave. I'll show Mr. Hawkins' grave. It's from 1852. 36 years old when he died. I'll show Colonel Butler up close again. He had all sorts of fun titles. Oh, he was Surveyor General of Florida for a long time. That was the big deal. From basically the founding of Tallahassee until 1848, which is what, like 4 years before he died? Or 2 years? I can't read. It is a very old piece of rock too. What's interesting to me is that there's these little pieces of granite down here. I don't know if these have chipped off of this big one or what, but they look more modern, like the type of stuff you would buy from like Home Depot or something. But I don't know. I don't know. I assume Colonel Butler's buried on this side since the tomb is facing this way, which is kind of freaky because that's where I walked in, but I'm sure he won't mind. I hope he won't mind. But this is the Butler Cemetery, the Butler graves, as they are called on Find a Grave. Very easy to find. If you know where you're going, I mean, just look at the map on Find a Grave. I personally have tried to find this once before when I was using the map or the coordinates from the University of Florida list, and it had me going all over the place, all up in there and everything. And just look at the map on Find a Grave. It's very accurate. But as you can see, it's not far in the woods. It's just basically in between, spiders. It's basically in the woods between this townhome subdivision and some detached houses off of Crowder Road, I believe. Fucking spiders. But as you can see, there's the car. There are the townhomes. It's just like a one-street townhome thing. But yep, that's it.